Hello students, welcome to Students Accuracy and Demand Search class. Today we are going to discuss about consumers equilibrium. Okay students, so class 12 economics, it's very important topic. So we are going to discuss about it, and therefore I would request you to please see the video from the very beginning to the end. Then only you will be able to understand. This consumers equilibrium I have separated in 3 or 4 parts. Each part will be coming one after the other, and this total series will clarify your doubts, all of your doubts on consumers equilibrium. Okay, so if you like it, please don't forget to like this, press the like button, bell icon, and please subscribe this channel, and don't forget to see the video from the very beginning to end. And after seeing the video, if you still have any problem, you can call me on the phone number I have given you in the left hand side at the bottom of your screen. You can call me and I can talk to you. You can call me in the evening hours. Okay students, so let us start consumers equilibrium. Now the thing is that we are consumers. You, myself, X, Y, Z, all of us are consumers. Even a producer who produces is also a consumer before he produces. Sir, how? Every producer is a consumer first, then he is a producer. How? Now suppose, let us take as an example, carpenter. What does the carpenter do? He produces furnitures. Correct? He is the producer, he is producing furniture, he is manufacturing, he is making, he is creating. But with what does he create? He first has to bring timber, then cut it into different planks of different measurements as per his requirement of what he is going to make. On the basis of that, he measures it and then he cuts them into different sizes, and then he makes the required furniture. So he is a consumer also. He is consuming the timber. Until and unless the timber comes to him, he won't be able to manufacture furniture. Isn't it? So every producer is first a consumer. So consumer, one who desires, one who asks for something. Out of that, the consumer derives satisfaction. Suppose if I go to the shop, purchase this marker, pay for it, come out of the shop and drop it into the hydrant, would I be called as a consumer? No. Maybe I paid for it, but still I won't be called as a consumer in that case. Why? Because I didn't have the utility. I didn't derive out any satisfaction by using it. So therefore I won't be called as a consumer. Unnecessarily, I have extra money, I went and I gave it to the shopkeeper and threw it in the dustbin or into the hydrant. No. So something which I need, which I require, which will give me some satisfaction, I then only go and desire for it, and then only I will purchase it and I'll use it, then only I'll be called as a consumer. Am I clear? So consumer has a unique character, and this is throughout the world. So consumer has unlimited demand, and here arises the point of economics. Consumer demands are unlimited, but the producers are producing out of limited resources. So the interaction between demand and supply arises, and economics generates. Anyways, that is a different point to be discussed. We'll discuss about it on some other video. Today, our topic is consumer's equilibrium. Means, as a consumer, we cannot keep on consuming infinitely as an individual consumer. Suppose, let me take myself. And I have money with me. And I am very much hungry. There is no other food item available around me. Only one thing is available, and that is pani puri. अरे सर नाम सुनते ही तो आ गया पानी. Okay, I can understand. But the thing is that, let me take this example. Most of us like pani puri. So, do you think maybe I have got money with me to spend on it? I cannot consume it infinitely. I cannot consume infinitely. A time will come definitely when I will say, bus, stop, I won't have any more. Isn't it? Now say, I have money and I can find only the pani puri wala available in front of me. No other food items are available or sold nearby me. And I cannot go far also, because these are just, I'm telling you the conditions. Because I have some work in the local area and I have short time, I have to finish up my eating within a very short period of time. So I have to fulfill my stomach within that pani puri only. I have to meet my hunger with the help of the pani puri itself. So pani puri wala gives me the pani puri. Clear? So I get pani puri by the pani puri wala. He gives me one plate of pani puri. Clear? So pani puri I am getting. I am having. I finished one plate of pani puri. Second plate also I had. One more plate I had. One more plate I had. A time will come when I will say, bus. That is the point to be identified. When, as a consumer, I will say, no. When I will say, no more, bus, khatam karo. That is the point, and that point is the consumer's equilibrium point. And about that only we are going to discuss here. Okay? So before we discuss about the whole thing, some more terms to be understood here. Now see, everything has got a specific unit for its measurement. Say for time, the unit of measuring time is hours, minutes, seconds, etc. Unit of measuring length is meter. Unit of measuring capacity of liquid is liter. Unit of measuring mass is gram. Then sir, what is the unit of measuring the satisfaction? This satisfaction is called as utility. This satisfaction is also called as utility, that comes from inside. You cannot see how many utilities you are getting, but we can measure it through a specific unit. And the unit of measuring utility is UTILS, utils. Unit of measuring utility is utils. Okay. Now, when I am consuming the pani puri, my utility, what I am deriving out of the plates, each plate is increasing. But as I just now told you, a time will come when I will say, bas, thamba, stop, I won't have any more. So, this total utility I will be getting will keep on increasing. See, total utility. Now, marginal utility is the other term. What is marginal utility? Marginal utility is the ultimate resulting utility which I am deriving out of one extra plate of pani puri. Suppose I got 20 utils of utility out of the first plate as per this schedule. First plate I had 20 utils as total utility. Now, before consuming this one plate of pani puri, I did not consume anything, zero consumption. So total utility was also zero. Now, one extra plate I added now, from 0 to 1, one plate I had, my total utility was 20. So marginal utility, that means the resulting utility also became 20 units. Clear, students? Now, one more extra unit of pani puri means one extra plate, one plate more I am consuming. Even after consumption of this first plate, I am consuming now the second plate. So in that case, see, my total utility increased. It is increasing. But ultimately the resulting utility, you see, the marginal utility, see, I consumed 35. Initially I consumed 20 utils. Now I got 35 utils. When I consumed first plate, I got 20 utils and marginal utility was 20. But as because I consumed the one extra unit, so I got 35 utility, 35 utils utility. But my resulting 35 minus 20 is 15. That is the marginal utility. From here, one unit, now one more extra unit I am adding for the resulting utility is 15. And that is called as marginal utility. Got it, students? So, see here, marginal utility is constantly decreasing. When my marginal utility will become zero, I would see, bas, stop. Because after that, still if I have the pani puri, समझ लो भैया, जिस काम से आए थे, होगा नहीं, you will search for Sulabh Shauchalaya. I hope you could understand. So, after that you see, your marginal, the resulting utility goes to negative. A time will come when people will ask you in future, Bhaiya, would you have some more, would you have pani puri? Let us go and have some pani puri. You will say, no bhai, I don't want. Dunya ka kuch bhi de do, lekin pani puri mat do. Because you are now having negative experience of pani puri. Forget about pani puri. Anything, overuse will bring fatigue about that particular thing inside you. There was a time in our childhood when the latest video games came into the market. We were addicted, isn't it? Now, so forget that also. Suppose a latest mobile has come, cell phone. You are going to the market and purchasing that mobile phone, latest hi-fi mobile phone, smartphone. In the beginning, you will take a very good care of it. Each and every time you will touch, you will just rub it onto your chest and pant and shirt, and you will rub it and make it clean and neat and clean. It will remain chuck, 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 chuck. Slowly, the days will pass, the mobile becomes old, and you reduce the care of the mobile. Take your example. I'm sure this has happened to you. When it was purchased, how much like a baby you were taking care of it. Not only mobile, any other gadget also. Any other thing, electrical gadget or whatever thing newly comes in your hand, you take very good care of it. Slowly, it becomes older and you start forgetting about it. You start taking less care of it. Because The satisfaction, the more you are using it, the satisfaction out of it is reducing day by day. Isn't it? Same thing happens. A time comes that you stop using that. A time comes you initially when you bought the mobile, you were always busy with the mobile, watching at it. Even if it is switched off, you are watching at this angle, that angle. Now, the same mobile, it is kept on your table. When the phone call comes, you go and pick up and then only you talk. Otherwise, you leave it like that only. Or some WhatsApp or some Facebook or something you are doing that is different. But with the mobile specifically, you are not giving any extra time. Isn't it? Same thing. Here also it happens. Your resulting utility keeps on decreasing. And this is called as law of diminishing. Diminishing means reducing marginal utility. And for that only you will see this red line. Marginal utility is decreasing. And see, total utility is increasing. A time comes, you will also stop getting the utility out of it. Extra paisa, whatever you are paying. Suppose the Pani Puri wala is not giving you every plate free of cost. How are we comparing this utility? With what we are comparing the utility? I am paying money for this first plate of Pani Puri. Same money is again spent for the second extra plate of Pani Puri. Each unit I am adding, I am paying that same money for each plate. Isn't it? So each plate costs me. So I, as a consumer, would compare the satisfaction which I am deriving from the plate with the money I am spending for that extra unit. As a consumer, when I will see that I have got an extreme utility, now still if I spend extra 10 rupees or 20 rupees or 100 rupees, whatever it is, the same amount I am spending for every unit. Now whatever I am spending, extra units of utility, extra utils of utility I am not getting. My resulting utility is 0 now. 50 minus 50 is 0. 35 minus 20, 15. 45 minus 35, 10. 50 minus 45, 5. 50 minus 50 is 0. So my utility is stopped here. I am not able to increase my satisfaction out of the money which I am spending for the product. A time comes still if I continue spending, I'll start vomiting. I'll go for the Sulabh Shauchalaya. For the Pani Puri extra I am having. And that will cause my negative approach towards the Pani Puri. So that when my friends would tell me to come for having Pani Puri with them, I would say, भैया माफ करो, मैं चलता हूँ, तुम जाओ नॉर्थ में, चलता हूँ मैं दक्षिण में. I won't like Pani Puri because I had negative experience. For that I am responsible. Because my satisfaction was telling, bhai, ruk ja. You did not stop. Means I did not stop. I also went for negative experience. पिक्चर हॉल से पिक्चर देखकर आते हो, दो ऑप्शन होता है. आइदर अरे बाबा फुल पैसा वसूल, और अरे छोड़ो यार पूरा पैसा बर्बाद हो गया. How do we say as a consumer? Though it varies from man to man. The heroes and heroines, they differ from consumer to consumer. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about myself. Maybe the ex-hero and Y-heroine, I didn't like their chemistry in the movie. So to me, the money I spent on the movie, that maybe I didn't like the story, maybe I didn't like the whole cinema, I said, bhai, mera paisa to vasool nahi hua. But in any case, the amount which I spent for the movie, when I see the movie, I enjoyed it, then I come out and say, paisa vasool. Because the amount of money I am spending, I will judge on the basis of that. What I will judge? The satisfaction by consuming that thing. Does it worth of that money which I spent? If yes, then next time I may still continue. Surely. I'm talking about myself. I'm taking the name. Surely. You ask, most of your parents would also say, "Arey bhai, jitna baar dekho, every time we feel that we are seeing it first time." This is my opinion. I like it so much. Tagore song. The more I listen, each and every time I find it wow. Of course, it depends upon different moods. Sorry, I know at your age, most of you, I'm not talking about all of you, most of you like hard metallic songs, jing chak, no. Maybe you like, but you listen to Tagore song, it's really. The thing is that, let's forget about the examples. Let's come to the topic here. See, total utility increases. A time comes when my total utility also stops increasing, rather starts decreasing. But marginal utility constantly keeps on decreasing. It has no chance of increasing or constant. It constantly decreases. And therefore, it is called as law of diminishing marginal utility. Let me draw the diagram for law of diminishing marginal utility. See here, you will say 5, 10, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Now 20. Let me start from, I'll come to this graph, don't worry. See, my marginal utility keeps on decreasing. And this, when I am taking one plate of pani puri, I am getting 20 utils. One pani puri, 20 utils. Just I am plotting this pani puri and marginal utility. This is pani puri and this is marginal utility. Okay. Now, for 2 units, it's 15. For 3 units, it's 10. I am increasing one plate of pani puri, my marginal utility is decreasing. Marginal utility is decreasing. Okay, again 1 unit of pani puri increased, my marginal utility decreased from 10 to 5. And a time comes when my 5th plate, my marginal utility is 0. And if I still consume minus 3, 1 more unit, my consumption, my satisfaction is now in negative. Okay, so this is called as law of diminishing marginal utility. Okay, this is pani puri, this is marginal utility. Okay, now let's come to this graph. Now see, this is x-axis and this is y-axis, and this pani puri and this is utils. What do we mean by utils? The unit of measuring utility. Now see, when I didn't consume anything, naturally I didn't get any satisfaction also. So I am at this point of origin. Means no consumption, no satisfaction. Now slowly what I find, I get 1 unit of 1 plate I consume. 1 plate I consume. Now let me extend this red line. Now 1 plate I consume, I get 20 utils of utility. Okay, and therefore my total utility is 20. Even my marginal utility curve, that is also 20 here. So both are starting from 20. Am I clear now? That is why marginal utility is starting from here, not from here, not from here also. It is starting from here because 20, 20, both are 20. Okay, now see 20, second unit 35. Then third unit 45, like this. My total utility is increasing, total utility is increasing. Up to 50 you see it becomes constant. Okay, then after that it starts falling. Now, when this total utility is constant, at that very point only you will find by that time marginal utility has intersected the x-axis. Means marginal utility has become zero. After that, marginal utility becomes negative. So, marginal utility I have shown with the red color and total utility I have shown with the black color. So, I hope you have understood consumer's equilibrium. Next class, in next video, I will be uploading consumer's equilibrium with single commodity. Means there will be double commodities also. That means, as I told earlier, means in the beginning of the video I told, this would be a series. 4 or 5 videos I would make on this consumer's equilibrium. This was the first part. I hope you could understand. Please copy it or pause the video and copy it down. And after that, but before you copy this down, I hope you would press this like button and subscribe button. Okay? Thank you. Goodbye. Good night.